Hey Ringside crew. Welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III. Looks like I said 30 fingers. Okay. Before we start, I just want to pay tribute to my cousin. Yesterday, I heard some sad news in the wrestling world. My cousin Pete Sanchez passed away. He was a talent enhancement in WWF. Passed away. Pete, thank you for what you did in the wrestling business. We love you, and we want to do a quick moment of silence. Thank you, Pete. Rest in peace, brother. But now we have an awesome guest that we're welcoming here to the Ringside. Introduce yourself to our internationally known audience.
Hi, I'm Valentina Vazquez. I apologize for any bottle noises. My puppy does not seem to understand podcasts is happening right now.
Unless it was a pupcast, then you know.
Pupcast, yeah. Now it's officially a pupcast.
Well, we do have our floofs at Ringside, so your puppy's face is gonna be added to the floof wall. We've had headbutt cameras, oh my gosh, this podcast, we had so many random things, birds chirping in the background, crickets, random background crickets from Puerto Rico. This girl was from Puerto Rico, and her backyard window was open, and all you heard was crickets. So it was like a family of crickets. I was just like, are we being like insulted in Puerto Rican in Spanish? When it comes to crickets, like the crickets are like, I'm half Puerto Rican. I know what those crickets are saying. They're yelling at the world. we got something here in the chat. Hey, what's going on? Welcome.
I love you, Missy.
What's going on, Missy? So let's open this up. If my internationally known fans from like overseas are not familiar with you, introduce yourself.
Okay. I don't know how to introduce myself. I'm Valentina Vazquez. I've been wrestling for a bit. I'm more in the northeast of America. I would love to be overseas for sure. Yeah. I was the BPW champion for what seems like almost 3 years, right? It was 666 days. Wow. That's so long. Yeah.
How did you not make a t-shirt with that on it? I would have Roman Reigns that.
Yeah, right? Exactly. I was on the same level.
You should have made a t-shirt. Like that would, you know how much money that would have made? Like you would have been
well, you know.
Right, they would have been frying that. Take my money. Unless you're a heel, they'd be like, no. You ruined my life. So what, like, who trained you?
So I originally was trained at CCW. And my trainer's Preacher. I'm not sure if any of you guys know him, but he's fantastic. He's at Cheeseburger's place now. I don't know the exact schools. I'm horrible at names. And you know, I was also trained by DJ Hyde, Jimmy Rave. I had some classes with Joe Gacy, but I wasn't consistently in Joe Gacy's class. So I don't want to say he was my trainer, but I did go to his classes.
Awesome. So who are some of the wrestlers or some of the matches that really got you like hooked into this wrestling business?
So I am a big Hardy Boys fan, or, you know, as a kid, that was like one of the bigger, teams that I loved. I was obsessed with Lita. I loved Eddie Guerrero. So a lot of the times anything with Eddie Guerrero, like Chris Jericho, when those matches were happening, you know, when Eddie Guerrero was technically considered a cruiserweight and then he became a world champion, I really loved all the like that stuff. I loved the Mamacita stuff with China. Yeah, that was kind of my like way of getting into wrestling hardcore.
Awesome. So, like, what was it like the first time you stepped foot in the training facility? Was you nervous? Were you excited? Like, did you know kind of what you were getting yourself into? Like, what was it like?
No and yes. I mean, I was really excited, but I was also really nervous because I was, this is a new thing, and like you think, like you're going to throw yourself on a mat and it's not going to be pleasant because I did watch Tough Enough, so I kind of had an idea of what it would be like my first day of training, but I didn't know how intense it was. Like, it's really a lot of like, if you don't strenuously move like that all the time, then it like is the hardest thing for for you to do. I probably didn't move like that since like high school, so that's probably why I was like I felt incredibly out of shape. So that was hard, being able to just like continue, especially when I went, it was during the summer. So when I first started training, it was in the summer and it was incredibly hot, so that makes it even like harder.
Oh, jeez. Well, like, you know how some of these training facilities, they're like super tiny. Like you're practically doing like the going back and forth on the ropes, and you're almost hitting the garage door. Like,
Yeah.
because, like, what is some of the advice that he gave you that you put into like your character? Like what kind of advice? Like, what do you like? What kind of advice did he give you?
So I was always told to put a little bit of your there you go. Thank you, Missy. I was always told to put a little bit of your true self into it. Because you always want to expand, make yourself bigger. So, I may be shy sometimes, but not always.
It's good to be shy in certain situations, but when the spotlight hits you and you do that one move, then everybody pops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's fast forward a little bit. What was it like the first time you stepped through those curtains for the first time?
So I was a manager. It's my first time ever like going out in front of a big crowd. I was a manager, was at Asbury Park. And I was with a group called Young, Dumb, and Broke. I'm pretty sure you know who they are. And that was very like, like you kind of are like terrified to go out there, even if I wasn't really doing anything, because at the time I was hurt, so I couldn't do much. I got hurt at training, so I went out there, but it was still like exciting to be able to be around the crowd and being Valentina myself. Especially then, I was kind of a little bit of a B word. And Rich Swan, he was against Jordan Oliver, was against Rich Swan, so that was an extra level of like nervousness.
Wow. Let's fast forward a little bit more. What were you thinking when the referee counted the 3 and they rang the bell the first time you won your first championship, like in VPW or just in general, like your first title?
I think VPW was my first championship, if I remember correctly. I was actually Funhouse Tag Team Champions. That was my first, and so I'll piggyback off of that. But winning at VPW was very like, I wasn't expecting it, and I think there's pictures of me like almost starting to cry, because it was kind of like something I was not expecting to win, and I wasn't expecting like to have faith put in me as a singles worker. So yeah, it was nice. It was nice to go home that night with the belt. The belt was heavy, really heavy too.
It looks like a heavy belt. It wasn't the one that they have now.
Yeah, no,
it was
like that big gold one. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when Karen Bam Bam had it. Like, it had cracks. You could see that belt's been like on a lot of ways.
Yeah.
That belt's been. It's like, if it could talk, it has some stories.
Yeah, it definitely has the stories.
Yeah, it has. I wonder if they still have, like, they put it in like in a frame or something like that, because that's like the original belt.
I genuinely don't know. I mean, I they should. That would be the most. I think that would be cool to have it like on a on a frame, like in a frame and anything like that. honestly, I if they have like a training school, they definitely should like have it out.
Yeah.
First woman's belt.
Yeah. You should just money in the bank and just snatch it. See you later.
I'll take it.
I
They
had
can
it.
give
It was
to me.
mine. Belt. Yeah. So where have you not been in the United States yet that you want to travel to?
So I would love to go down south. I haven't gone down south. I went to the furthest I went to was like West Virginia. I've wrestled. But I would love to do like Texas, and I would love to go like like Georgia and stuff like, and Florida, because there's a few places down there. Chicago is a good place too to hit up. And it's like a hot spot, like a lot is going on over there. I would love to put my stamp in those areas. And I would also love to go to California, because why not?
We came back from the Carolinas with my family, and I know that's another hotbed of professional wrestling over there.
Yeah. I would love to. I mean, like, I would love to go all of the 50 states. I've only been to, like I said, West Virginia, New York, Connecticut, Maine, and I actually didn't wrestle in Maine. I just was there to watch and help. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, like just over in this little cove I've really been in. So I would love to like spread out my wings.
Yeah. Is there any like female wrestlers that you've been watching on the scene that you really want to like pick their brains and actually get a chance to run with them and work with them?
So it's funny because I did that with Kelsey Reagan. She was like one of the ones that I like asked a lot of questions, and she was really cool. She was like, honestly, she was really cool and very chill and very helpful. Like, stop it. She was very helpful, and she just like gave great advice. And like, I talked to her about other promotions as well. So she was really cool. Who else would I like to talk to? I haven't wrestled like Danny Mo. I haven't wrestled a lot of those girls who have made like huge names for themselves in the business. I would love that. I mean, honestly, I would love to wrestle anyone. Every person you wrestle is like a training moment, and you learn. Like every time you go in the ring with someone different, it's just a lesson, and you always learn something different about yourself in a match. So I would pick anyone's brain.
Yeah. Danny Mo's really cool. I met her before. Every time she sees me, she gets that, she goes, ciao. Like every time, because I'm always like, did I give you a sticker? And she goes, yeah, but I'll take another sticker. Because she said it, I like stickers. She said it herself on camera. I like stickers. For her birthday, I sent her a sticker.
Aw, that's cute.
Because she was saying, anybody want to send me something for my birthday? So I was like, I can't for a gift because I work in
a sticker.
Sticker.
Sticker, another one.
I'll send you another sticker. I can see Fasage going, you got something in the mail from Joe. What did he send you? A sticker. Happy birthday. It's a birthday sticker. It's funny. I wish I had the means to make a logo just for like birthdays, just like happy birthday, like me jumping out of a cake like this.
Yeah, you should do that.
I don't know why I'd be blowing a kiss, but it's like, I
honestly think it would sell though.
But it would look like it's saying ta-da, but if like or have me like okay, every male wrestler just shoved me back into the cake.
Yeah, I mean they would love it.
Yeah, some wrestlers would try to give me the kiss, and I'm like, no, it's not giving me a kiss. Yeah, awkward moment. Oh God, your dog is hissing.
Yeah, she's being ridiculous. She's playing because she's under my desk. That's why. She thinks it's a joke.
Celebrity, hey, hello, pup.
She thinks I'm playing. She thinks it's like I'm playing with her because she's under my desk, and yeah, so she doesn't realize it's not playtime.
How old is she?
She should be 5 months soon. I think in August. So yeah, soon.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so she's a baby. So she's literally like trying to bite my toes right now. So and I'm trying to like get her to stop, and she's like, no, it's time to play. I'm
an internet celebrity now. She's gonna ask me. She'll be getting her. Oh my gosh, that'll be the cutest thing ever. You have like a picture of you and her, on like the table that you do your autographs and get like a paw print. Like
Yeah,
get a paw
I
print of
should
her.
do that. I should do that
Oh my
next time.
gee. And here we go. The proceeds for that picture will go to the ASPCA.
Oh yeah, my first dog came from an ASPCA. Lilo, she just recently passed away. Honestly, like right after Christmas. But she was from the ASPCA. I got her from. So that, yeah, I definitely, honestly, it's a good idea. I probably should do that.
We had a dog that passed away of a brain tumor, and like we always say to adopt, like adopt.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have wiener dogs. So like,
Aw.
even though I'm a panther, I like dogs for in like spurts.
Yeah.
my sister has two. Like we have three cats. My sister and her wife has three cats, and one's my wife's cat, and the other two are my sister's cats. So I'm a cat uncle. So like,
I love cats. I miss having a cat.
I'm just getting so now. I have to get used to cats. Like my sister, Sassy Chica, is like, she's teaching me. Don't rush up to the cat. Like, wait and like walk slowly. Say hello. Put your
Yeah.
hand out. Have her smell your hand. Don't jump on her and try to pet her and give her kisses. You'll be like picking the nails out of your face.
Yeah.
That never happened to me, but I did startle her. I was like, "Oh my god, gypsies!" You're like,
Cats are like very fickly. They were dragons in a past life. Like they really were. Like you can't just jump on them. You can't just love them right away. Like some dogs you can, and they'll be
I
fine.
say
You're done. You're done being down there.
I
You'll
say
stay up
cats are like very pretty nerds. If you jump at them, they'll get scared and run.
Yeah.
But if you let them talk, you talk to them slowly and give them a comic book. Say here, and then say, "Have you seen the cartoon?" Blah blah blah. Yeah, I think I like it, but I'm scared. Here's a free Mountain Dew. Ooh, Mountain Dew. What are you doing? Being friends. Friends? That's me. And that's how That's how Joe lures in nerd girls.
Yeah, have you watched the newest? I don't know what's the newest anime that everyone watches.
I go old school. Fist of the North Star.
I've never watched that one. See, I watched. So I was like such a one of those. Like I was watching Death Note before it went on like Cartoon Network, and then when it finally went on Cartoon Network, I was like, I already watched it. Like,
You like bloody gory stuff?
Huh?
You like bloody gory stuff?
Yes, and it depends because I do like Vampire Hunter D, and that had a lot of blood in it. But I don't like it like overkill kind of thing. You know, it really just depends. It has to be in my mood, honestly.
It's like a Mortal Kombat looking. It's not like Mortal Kombat scary dark. It's like Street Fighter if they added blood to it.
Oh, that's cool. No, that's cool.
There's
you need to send me a link. Or
I have to look it up on YouTube. I have to look it up. It's Fist of the North Star. Oh my gosh, she's trying to give you tips. She's like, Mom, I need cuddles. It's 8:00. Our dog Dexter knows at 7:00. He's like, he starts circling my mom, and he's like, Mom, it's couch time.
So she has too much energy. So I'm probably gonna take her for a walk after this because she's very hyper right now. So
yeah, that happens. Widow dogs. So when you like the week of a show, do you like set a schedule for yourself? Like the train this day, you look into your wrestler you're wrestling, like what the outfit you're gonna wear at the show, like how you gonna where you're gonna stay after the show, or depending on where you wrestle.
So yeah, it really depends. Like if it's further away than like 3 hours, I probably will stay at someone who's close by. But I like start planning my week. So I usually know like I should go to training on this day, and then I should do like XYZ type of workout, and then I'll watch like YouTube videos of the person who I'm wrestling against, just so that I know what they have in their arsenal.
I like that. So who made your gear?
Her name is Butch Diva. She's awesome. I actually need to hit her up because I wanted new gear. I kind of like am being a little bit like changing my gear up more often. Originally, I kind of was just chill on the Latina Heat gear, which Butch Diva did as well. But then I have this new gear that I'm doing for a while. But I kept messaging her and I'm like, I have other ideas, but I haven't we haven't touched base because she's like a designer, so like she gets busy at certain times of the year. So she's like, if it's like prom season, then you can't really message her because then she's already like, I get back to me after prom season is over and then I can, speak to you.
She's
or like
literally
homecoming
eyeballs deep
or
in
stuff like
prom.
that. Yeah. Like she does like dresses. She does kind of everything. Like she's kind of unique in a sense. There's some gear makers that just do gear and that's all that they do. She kind of does like everything. Like she's made like outfits for Megan Thee Stallion and like Little Kim and stuff like that. Yeah. She's really cool.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool that like you just didn't go to a person that creates wrestling gear. You went to a person that's like does everything. Like
Yeah.
does that make you like your gear kind of like different like the way they do it, or does the wrestler have the creator, like the sewer, have to like do it the way that wrestling gear is supposed to be made? You know what I mean? Like,
So I think for her, it's a lot of like trial and error because then we'll so she goes to fabric places and then like texts you everything. And then like she'll grab some so that you can feel it. Like, so you have to go in person to be around with her and everything. I know some people just like email, like text people, like, this is what I want. This looks good. And that's it. Her, like, I go to her house and like we do like test runs a few times. Like we do like a lot of like, this is did I, gain more muscle or whatnot, or did I lose? So then she has to like measure me again. So it's a lot of trial and error. Like sometimes she will make something that looks really, really cool and I love it. And then we've come to realize that it's not really ideal while wrestling. So then she just has to retouch it up with something that is more compatible with the movement that we do in wrestling.
yeah, I get that. So the guy right here in the chat, he does like a whole video game thing. He makes wrestlers in the video games.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
like, if he creates you in the game, what outfit would you want him to create you in, and why?
Oh no. I don't know. I feel like most people have seen the Latina Heat gear. I think that would be the one that like most people would recognize me in as that. I think that's like, that was an era. That was the whole VPW era where I was wearing that as the champion.
That's cool. Have you ever had fans like bring you like art of yourself, or if they made like a pop of you?
Yes, actually I had someone make a pop when I first started, like forever ago, wrestling. He made me a pop. And then I had someone else like draw me a character, but I really, Layla, I really haven't gotten that. I love that though. I love when people are like artistic because I'm kind of like an artsy person. Not really in drawing because that's not my area of expertise, but in other creative ways. So I really like that. I think that's really cool when people do that.
Yeah. I had a female artist. She made, I don't know if you saw it on Instagram, she actually made a Joe Panther the Third pop.
Oh, no, I didn't.
I can't wait for that bad boy to show up. I'm like, I even moved the Spider-Man pop, which I kind of like morphed into my grandfather. That's what my grandfather's mask looked like.
Oh,
The
that's
same
so cool.
pattern. I just tried to make it red because it's blue.
Yeah.
And I made it look like I'm going to try to trial and error and make it the tank top, make it look like it's trunks, but I don't want to ruin it. But I moved it over. I'm like, Grandpa, you're going to have grandson next to you. So I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to cry because it's going to be like,
Aww.
me and him are standing next to each other. Like, yeah.
That's cute, actually.
He got me
You're
into
gonna make
this.
me cry.
He got me into this business. Like, you're making a heel cry, Joe. Well, he was a heel, so he'd be like, "Aw." Yeah, but yeah, he's the only. As I tell this, he's the only heel that I'll never boo. I'll always cheer.
Aw,
And you too. Oh, I can't boo. You're a guest. You're a guest of Dudes at Ringside. You've been dug. I gave you the satellite dish. Now you're holding like Joe. Why do I have to hold the satellite dish? Can't you supposed to hold it? It's raining. It's thunderstorming, Joe. I forgot the book of building. What?
I'm an anti-hero. So
Yes.
no.
You'll
Hey,
throw me off the roof and make me get struck by lightning. You're like, you're the
yeah.
host. You hold the antenna.
Exactly.
So, what is like your do you pack like a lunch? Do you or do you how do you do your meals prep before like a show? Do you
I'm not the person to ask that question. I won't eat. I get too nervous.
mm,
Yeah, I'll eat afterwards. So to be fair, and if I have to be up early in the morning, I'll have my coffee and then I'll have like a protein, so like eggs. And then like I'll kind of like stay pretty consistent with that all day until I wrestle. It's jitters.
yeah. So what are you eating after a show? Like what's the restaurant if you're not in the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area? Like what is the place that you've been to like in a Virginia or like in a Florida that no one really knows that you've been to that are like that's really good that you want to talk about tonight?
There was a place, I don't remember where we went in West Virginia. Honestly, I think I always go to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
I never really go anywhere different. I'm very like typical in that sense. I love the bread and rolls. Like there is no, it's my kryptonite. But but like I said, I haven't really traveled much out. So like I'm mostly in the Northeast area. So you know, if not, I'll get like halal food. Like I'll go to a food truck. If a food truck's around, I'll get like halal food, and then I'll eat that.
I love halal food.
Yeah, it's healthy, like chicken, rice. So
the balls, my mom makes them. She makes falafel in the house.
Oh really?
She makes her. I don't know if you ever did this. You just take chickpeas, you blend them up, and you could make them into balls. And you have an air fryer. You stick them in the air fryer for a few minutes, heat it up, and like they make it like balls. You stick it in either a wrap or like a pita, and you can just. There you go. You have falafels.
You don't put anything else in a falafel? I actually have never had falafel, so that's why I'm very curious. It's only chickpeas?
Look at it. Look at you when you get done. You just look it up you Google it. Like I think it's chickpeas, and I forgot what else you stick in there. My mom always makes them. Like we do like a meatless Monday thing in my house. That she'll make that or Fridays. So we'll do falafel Fridays in my house.
I love that. I love that, honestly.
And she makes the sauce too that goes on the white sauce that goes on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then she'll buy the hummus, the little pack of hummus, and we're like, yes.
I love that.
We're at Panthers. Every once in a while we have to stop eating meat. It's kind of bad for your gut.
Yeah, I agree. I think my family tradition is pizza Fridays.
Yep.
Yeah. So
there's a good pizza place. If you're ever in the Jersey area, it's called Candy's Pizza, and it's a small little place. It's like a mom and pop shop.
Where?
And if I told Vicious Vicky about it, but she's like, I've never heard about that place. So, is
it up northern Jersey or?
I gotta get the address. I'll get the address for you. It's a nice little place. It's a older husband and wife that own the place, and like he does pies, he does Sicilian pizza, and stuff like that. It's a little place, a little tiny place. Like
small place.
Quaint. It's quaint. This pizza is phenomenal. It's like so good. See, even Pup knows. She's like, yeah, I want some pizza now, Mom. Pizza. No. Road trip. Is your friend a wrestler or is she just a fan of yours?
No, that's she owns Bella's Bell.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah, you probably don't know her as a Melissa. That's why. You probably know her.
I was like, wait, what?
That's why.
It's like Vince McMahon pulled the hood off. It's like, it was me, Austin, the whole time. I'm like, yeah. That's another one. Bella to Bell. I said my Italian comes out. I'm like Bella to Bell.
That's just exactly. It's very like Italian, yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about them
Well,
tonight.
it's actually Bell to Bell, but
Bell
it's
to Bell. Yeah, I did that
Bella.
during the podcast.
Yeah. It's a uh cool little. Oh my god, I can't remember the word. I like it though. I can see where like everyone says Bella to Bell, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
Bell to Bell.
So what is it like to work like wrestle with a promotion that's like that like it's doing so good big things with women? Like what is it like to be on a list of female wrestlers that's worked with them?
I genuinely love it. I think there's a lot of that locker room is very supportive. There's a lot of support even from Missy. And she's, like welcomed me with open arms. And she does for all the other girls as well. And she wants to display as many female wrestlers as she can. Because she, during I think her time, there was just not a lot of time and room for female wrestlers, and I think she just wants to showcase the girls now, which I love. I love that there is that support. Because even to this day, like certain shows will only have one female match. And you can go into semantics on why that is the way that it is, or why people want to do that. I don't know, and I don't necessarily agree all the time with what they say. But it's because guess what? I'm a woman. So of course I probably won't agree with whatever their reasoning is. I do love that there is an actual full-fledged woman show, and that there is diversity, and there's all types of women on the show, and shapes and sizes. Like I think that it's a great locker room to be in, and I think it's just a great show to be a part of, and I'm so happy that like she included me into that world.
It's beautiful, and I'm so glad I had a chance to have her on the podcast too. It was like I forgot when I had her on last year, but it was so cool to actually talk to the person that puts the pen to paper to write the matches and puts like names together. Like there's some female wrestlers that are from overseas that are coming to America like this next year or the coming year, and it's like that's the cool part of it. It's like it's an all women's locker room, and it's all women run by women, and it's so cool. I'm like, come closer to me. You're in Jersey. I just want to go to your show and meet the ladies because I know half the roster. I know Zoe. I know you. I know the owner. I'm just like,
you got to come through one day.
And I'm not gonna come looking like a schlub. I always dress nice. I wear like my dude shirt. If it's not blazing hot, I wear my suit jacket. My nice blue and shiny blue suit jacket. I look like a manager. I walk in the door and everybody's just like, "Right there. Why? How do you know?" It's right there. How do you know? How do you know that's not our ring announcer? Nope, that's Joe. It literally had to happen to me in PPW. Like they were like, "Who are you?" And I don't know. It was a show in Allentown, PA, and you don't have to. You don't have to. Yeah. I dress so when people see me, they're like, wow, he dresses dresses nice. And people, because I went to Allentown, PA, my first show, it was John Rambo from NWA, and he didn't know me from a hole. I show up with my blue suit jacket on, a nice shirt. It was like February and it's freezing cold. I was like, wind's blowing. I get in the building, everybody's just like, all the wrestlers are like, who's that guy? Why is he wearing a suit jacket? My dad, Papa Panther, goes, because he wants to look nice. You want to go talk to him? Go. He'll interview you. Go. And they're like, I had like 5 or 6 interviews that I did that. Wrestlers, I didn't even know who they were. Because you know these little small indie shows that you just show up at if you're not. Have you ever done that before? Like you see a show that's in a town that you're visiting to do for the family, and you go, "I'm gonna go to this show and just sit in the last row." Have you ever done that before?
No.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest.
wow. I know wrestlers that have actually done that. They go and they just sit in the back row and they just watch these wrestlers they'd never seen before. And then they're like, and they see that person, they're like, oh my God, I've seen you on AEW, or oh my God, I've seen your matches on Instagram. They pop up on my reels. And it's like, got him. Like, yeah. So before we go, if my fans want to pick up anything of yours, like merch wise, where can they find it?
So I do have a shop on Pro Wrestling Tees, so that's more online. I usually do carry some shirts with me in person. I don't actually have like my own website. I probably wouldn't even know how to do that in the first place. I'd probably mess it up, and then no one would be able to order anything. But yeah, I definitely do have a pro wrestling t-shirt shop. I'm sorry, she's just.
I can see the dog mom, and you're like, oh my God, my dog.
She's just acting crazy right now.
Yeah, he's like, Mom, cuddles. We're missing cuddles. She's holding a sign, going, why? Cats are stupid.
I think she has zoomies, so she's like running around and making so much noise.
But she'll be sleeping so hard tonight.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. If there was any young wrestlers that are just getting into training now, and they kind of feel like this is not their bag, like what kind of advice would you have them? Let them keep them into the wrestling world.
So I personally think it just depends on what their main issue is, but since it's vague, I would just, if this is something that you love, you just find another location. Sometimes it's just the environment that you're in that makes you second guess or wonder about yourself. And sometimes that changes your whole perspective on wrestling. And, I think being able to show the world that you committed to this dream that you had and you're able to display it, I think that also is something that I would try to motivate someone. It gets hard, and sometimes it's, you're like, maybe I shouldn't do it anymore, but the reward, that you get from being in a crowd and feeling that adrenaline, and sometimes hearing from younger fans that they love you or they love the idea that you're doing this and that they thought they see themselves in you, that's so rewarding in the end.
Awesome. I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It means a lot to have an awesome wrestler like you. I'm Joe Panther III.
I'm Valentina Vazquez.
And we will catch you in the next one.